Hey everyone, it's Lindsay from My Crafty Plans. Welcome back to my channel, or if you are new here, welcome. Today I'm going to be getting my family organizer, my main monthly planner, all set up for August. So we'll take a look at my completed spreads for July and get August all set up with all of my functional planning pages, plus all of my memory keeping and journaling spaces set up. So let's just dive right in with a July flip through. So here is a flip through of all of my completed July spreads, starting with our July calendar. Really love how this turned out with all the pretty washi and everything. Ended up being a pretty busy month, super fun though. And then we had my recurring schedule, super light for the summer, not too much going on schedule wise. My little one-page translation of my goals, habits, and major themes for the months. Then I had this sort of kid focus listing page. So I had some PTA stuff down here. I didn't end up using this as much as I thought. I did not really make it to any of the back to school stuff that I wanted to do in July, which is totally fine. We have until after Labor Day. So that's okay, but I didn't end up using this space. Some summer stuff, which I didn't end up using, and the dates, which I didn't really end up using this page at all, really just a little bit of the PTA stuff. Then this is my journaling space for the month. So I have just filled this out. We've got my reading log over here. Quantity wise, much less books this month than the prior month, but quality wise, really, really great month for reading. Some milestones and achievements about each kid, and then just a little bit of journaling space as well. Overall, we're having a really amazing summer. Struggling a little bit with some kiddo attitude and behavior getting to me, but other than that, things have been really, really wonderful. Then my split listing page, some stuff about the trips, some tracking some hours for a work project or a couple of work projects that I was doing, house stuff, and the basement stuff as well. So just kind of very rough sketch in of different things this month. And then I will say that I have now completed both my July and my June picture memory planning pages. I'm not going to show them because I don't share pictures of my kids, but those are both complete now. I really like doing them 2 months at a time, so I skipped in June, but I did print my pictures at the end of the month, and then when I went to sit down to print my pictures for July, I did the July pictures and the June pictures and got everything all put in. Then in the back here, we have the guided journaling page and my line a day memory keeper. So this month I split the favorites for myself and then kid favorites, a lot of beach life stuff. The kids are really into this Storyland podcast. If you have little kids who like stories, I highly recommend that podcast. It's just like some fun stories. They're all about like 7 to 10 minutes long. A lot of them have multiple parts. We listen to that in the car a lot. The kids really like that. I had a blast seeing the Barbie movie. I've been watching Suits when we don't want to watch something serious on TV. I'm really enjoying that. Really enjoying having all of the kids in camp and just super, super fun. I've also had like some really good grown-up friend time this month, like me and my friends, which has been really, really nice. Visiting overnight camp was a major highlight for us as well. And my favorite thing ever is that all 3 of the kids say constructional swim instead of instructional swim. And it doesn't matter how many times I say it right. I feel like it's like one of those things when one of them says it wrong and then they all start saying it wrong. Also applies to my children's pronunciation of the word yogurt as well, which they all say incorrectly, and it's just absolutely adorable. Anyway, like I said, line a day, memory keeper, all completed out. So without further ado, let's get into the August planning. I'm gonna dive into the calendar. I've got a color palette all picked out, some washies, and I also wanted to use some of these stickers from Erin Condren, wildflower stickers, and this planner is actually in the Harmony Neutral colorway from last year, but I think that the color schemes are really similar, so they look really, really good together. That washi that has like the checks on it is flower set as well. If some of the filming looks a little choppy right here, apologies. I was having some problems with my camera. It fixes in just a minute though. Some weird issues with my camera lately, but I do think I have it all fixed now, thankfully. This month is super weird one, super fun, but basically we have like 2 weeks in the beginning of the month, and then the rest of the month is vacation, blocking off some larger chunks of time to mark that. I went pretty light with pre-setup. In here it looks pretty normal. I actually ended up skipping my Laurel Denise, my content planner for this month. I'm gonna pick it back up in September. I got really, really behind with my planning routine, so I was running like a full week behind when I would usually be working on things. And then that combined with the fact that I'm gone for the last 2 weeks of the month, it just didn't really make sense to try and get all of this extra stuff set up. We're just going to kind of squeeze things in, let things be a little bit loose. It's the end of summer. It's vacation time. The things that I'm thinking about this month are, one, just enjoying vacation. And then towards the end of the month, we will get ready to go to do back to school and all of that good stuff. Our back to school is the day after Labor Day. Still have just plenty of time to get everything set up. If you have any elements that you want to see of my back to school prep routine, let me know in the comments. If you have any elements of my monthly routine that you want to see, let me know in the comments. Definitely check out my monthly reset routine vlog if you haven't seen that already. And thank you so much for the support on that video. It's an hour-long vlog and plan with me where I show off every element of my monthly reset routine, all of the stuff that I do before the month ends and right when the month begins. It's worked how it's supposed to work that month. This month we're a little bit sloppy with it, but again, that is okay. We will pick things back up in September, and actually I'll probably do a little bit of a refresh in September of my routines in general. We're heading back to school. You know, the schedules shift a little bit every time you start the new school year. We've got a different set of activities, all of that good stuff. But I think it's just like the perfect time of year. Back to school always feels like such a fresh start. And for me, that's always September. So that September is the perfect time to think about my routines and think about what's working, what could be improved, you know, in both my planning routines and in my sort of life routines. So if you have any questions about that, you can also let me know and I will make that happen as well. I am just putting in my trip, blocking that off. So this is my 10-year wedding anniversary is actually September 1st, but so we're going away in August. My husband and I without the kids. We're leaving the kids with the grandparents / their aunt and uncle, my brother and his wife, and we're really, really excited about that. And then when we get back from that trip, which I'm super, super excited for, it's like mostly planned now. There's just a few last things that I do need to get booked, but it's all the major components are booked at this point. And then when we get back from that, the kids are still off camp and school basically. So they have like a 2.5 week vacation in between when camp ends and school starts. So we'll be rolling right into that. My husband is going back to work when we get back from the trip, at least for most of the week, but we'll still probably take like a long weekend, some random days in between. That time is very busy because like one, I have all the kids with me and we have to get, make sure they're entertained and have activities. We'll probably be back and forth to the beach, as I mentioned, but then two, there's also just a lot to get done because it is the weeks leading into back to school. And there is also just, school events and different things like that going on as well. So now I'm setting up the recurring schedule. I'm going to flip back and forth a lot. I tried to cut some of it out, but I just basically there's not that much recurring that happens on the summer, but I wanted to flesh this out a little bit more than I did in July and just make it a little bit more useful than it was last month. So I tried to do that. I've also got some new work stuff going on that ended up coming up unexpectedly. So I wanted to put some of that in there as well. The list will probably get more busy in September as well. One of the things that's going to be on my back to school prep list is getting the kids all signed up for after school activities and different things that we want to try out in the coming year. Probably going to work to have a few more activities this year than we did last year. Kids are getting a little bit older, trying to keep them a little bit more busy, etc. Especially my oldest, who will be in 2nd grade. So then these two sections on this page, the other two sections, I just set up one for work projects that I'm working on, and then the other one right at the top is things that I need to schedule, and I'm just kind of listing out a couple of different things on that. So recurring work I put in the recurring schedule. I have a couple of regular things that I do every single week. If you don't know, I have a freelance business that mostly involves writing. So projects go on the work list, whereas regular things go on the recurring schedule. And this month is a little bit busier than I was expecting from a work perspective, but just an amazing opportunity came up that I just absolutely had to take. And then I'm also just trying to shove all of it into the first 2 weeks because then we're going to be on vacation. Then on the bottom, I just do a little deco / quote box. I'm just going to write vacation on there. And I am just using, some more of that washi and layering it together. I really, really love grid washes for layering. I think it just looks really, really nice. And then I'm going to use a mild liner brush pen and a click art pen to do some lettering as well. So this is August, and like I said before, this is the Harmony Neutral color scheme. Last year, it was this planner, the Family Organizer, was available in the Harmony Neutral and the Harmony Colorful, and this coming year, it's going to be available in color blends and a color blends neutral. So it's really interesting. It's not quite the same as the regular Life Planner colorways. I was really hoping this was going to come in like a fully true neutral, like canvas or something similar. Because this page especially, it's very hard to kind of work against the color in here. It's just too much to white out. I've only tried it one time and I definitely regretted it, although the spread did come out super, super cute. But because of that, I plan to use the color in this. Every month I use the color, and that's kind of how I pick the washies and how I pick the pens I'm going to use. So that means it's really, really important, like way more so than with my daily duo or with my hourly planner or anything like that, that I choose and think about what colorway I want for next year in this planner. I'm going to keep this planner through December, and then I'm going to buy a new January start one for next year. I love this planner. I will definitely be sticking with this next year. It's been such a great addition to my planner lineup. And initially I thought I would go for the color blends neutral, but I just love color blends so much. The colorful version, I have that in the hourly for this year, so I'm not really sure yet. We'll have to see. I've got a few months to decide. If you want to weigh in the comments below, feel free. But I do feel like this month I tried to kind of push the boundaries of the color scheme a little bit. So I took that like kind of neutral pinkish purple color and I matched the washi and a pen to that, but then I tried to pick some bolder colors to mix in as well, which I got like this brighter purple washi and like the blue grease one, and I do think it ends up looking really, really nice together. It's definitely a little bit different than things I've done in other months. I really just wanted something like a little bit bolder this month, and this planner is the colors are like so soft and gentle, and I really love the colors in this planner, but I really was just in the mood for something a little bit bolder this month. So then these pages here I'm setting up as my kind of school hub, kids hub. We've got important dates, we've got my back to school prep list, which I'm not going to fill out now, but I actually will probably film that as a reel. That is on my plan as for something to do in the next week. And then I made that little bottom section a space for all of the PTA stuff that I've still got going on. I still need to finish up a couple of last things that I was responsible for taking care of over the summer. I am the treasurer of our public elementary schools PTA. And then just for the dates too, I had like a couple of events that I knew would be scheduled eventually, like when you find out when your teachers are for next year and that kind of stuff, but I don't have the specific dates yet. We'll probably find out the dates in like about a week, and then they try and send the teachers like really close to back to school so that people don't complain about it, which I totally get and respect. Then on these pages here, this is like my journaling and memory keeping section. So on the left hand page, that will be my book journal for the month of August, and then on the right hand page, we've just got a little space for kid milestones, and then also for a little journaling section where I can just write about whatever I want. And then this is my split listing page. Did the layered washi again because I really like that, and I put some trip stuff on this, and then we'll see what happens with it the rest of the month. This is basically a brain dump page, but I just really hate that term, so I call it split listing. Then the last thing that we have to set up is my line a day memory keeper. So just writing down the number, and then I just write one thing down that happened or that I was feeling or thinking about every single day of the month. And that is it for the setup. So let's go ahead and take a last flip through. I absolutely love how I did the calendar this month. Yeah, that was a lot of fun. I really like this washi paired together, everything. I really, really like the colors I picked and everything. So very happy with how that turned out. We've got the schedule, things to plan, my one-page translation of my goals, habits, and themes for the month, my back to school prep list, which will actually be used this month. I'm saying it now. So hopefully we can make that happen. My dates to remember, which I still have some dates to fill in there for stuff that I know is going to be coming up, but I don't have the exact date yet. My finishing of the PTA stuff, plus I will probably need to put more to this list once I get a little bit closer to back to school towards the end of the month, because TA hosts like a new family event at the Meet the Teachers event and different things like that. So anyway, I know more is coming there, so left space for it. Then we've got our journaling page pre-set up. So this will be my reading journal for the month of August, my milestones page, and my journaling space down here. Then this is my split listing page, as I like to call it, and I've already got it set up with a little bit of trip stuff. We will add to this as needed, but I expect this to be fairly light this month. Might end up having something for the basement if something ends up coming up there, but I've already got the space for back to school in a different section, and there's really just not that much going on beyond that. Like I said, most of this month is going to be dedicated to vacation, whether that is the physical trip or, you know, the spiritual philosophy of vacation while the kids are off camp and off school. So, you know, not a lot of stuff going on. Then this will be what I saved for the pictures. And once again, I will probably not put the pictures actually down here until September, although we'll see what happens because I'll have to try and remember to take pictures while we're on our 10-year anniversary trip. So I might want to do that closer to the actual event. But anyway, that is that. And then here we are in the last journaling pages. And as you can see, it's much later in the month than I usually do this. And I've actually already started my line a day memory keeping because it's currently August 9th and I didn't want to have this be completely blank. So that's where we're at right now. That's just what's happened this month. My work has gotten a little bit busy. So we are trying to catch up and finish everything out before we head out on vacation. This I will fill out at the end of the month. But that is everything for this video. I hope you enjoyed getting to see the setup of my family organizer. Let me know something fun you've got planned for the end of summer, or if you're already back to school, let me know how that's going. Thank you so much for watching. Don't forget to subscribe if you haven't already, and you can also check me out on Instagram and TikTok at MyCraftyPlans for even more planner fun. I will talk to you all soon. Bye!